Okay, we will be there in a second. Okay. All right, we are in YouTube now. Okay, pay plan. Uh, something I was talking to some leaders a couple of days ago is why it's so powerful what we have on the pay plan. We were talking about if you are told if you do these things for the next 24 months, you're going to have a six figure or better for the rest of your life. And the reason we say that is because we already went through the actions. It's because we have a pay plan that is very simple. It's interesting when people say, okay, there's somebody at another company. Can you tell me about the pay plan? And every time they ask me that, I go to the pay plan and it's not like us. Our pay plan is what we call an open plan. An open plan is in the sense that you can, when you do all the action necessary, eventually the numbers can start working for you because it's a question of numbers. Different from many pay plans because we build only two legs. It's more simpler because as soon as you have the right people in those two legs, your business can explode it. And somebody can come under you that you didn't even sponsor. Somebody brought that person, and that person is going to blow up one leg. And then somebody else eventually blow up another leg. But it depends on the amount of people that we are connecting and then duplicating in the sense that we have team members that are doing exactly the same. Duplication, consistency, consistency, consistency. When people said, because in my first company, I didn't know what I was doing. However, I knew numbers were important. And eventually, I understood more the pay plan because I had to understand that pay plan because I had to build 12 legs, a certain rank to be able to get the maximum income. But in order to find those 12 people, I had to go to many because not everybody ranked to that level. And then what happened, I have like 80 or 90 legs to find those 12 that I found, and eventually I got to the top of the rank of that company. But at first I didn't have a clue what I was doing, but I knew were numbers. And then eventually we have those 12 people. But it was tough because again, you have to have 12 leaders at a certain rank. It's like in the company that Kimberly was, she has to have 8 people to certain rank in order to get to the higher rank that was national sales director. They didn't have 2 legs. Nobody was putting anybody under you. You had to build wide. And for every director that you were created, you had to go probably to 10 people to create one director. That means you had to create 10 legs to find one, and you needed more than 10. I needed 12 in that company. I don't remember in the company, Kimberly, how many people she needs in order to be a national sales director. And still, she was getting paid only 3 levels. This pay plan is so darn unique and it's simple. Now, we are not the only pay plan in network marketing that has only 2 legs. There are other binaries, but our binary income is not based on rank. Even if you are 1 star, you can max out the pay plan and make $27,000 a week because it's based on volume. And let me repeat, if you happen to have one on the left and one on the right that you didn't even sponsor under you, explode the business, you go up in income. But that doesn't mean that you have to be a 7-star because the 7-star, 6-star, 5-star is based on something else on the matching bonus. But just on the binary side, holy cow, the limit is no limit. Well, it's 27,000 a week. Okay, I'm going to turn off the video because I'm going to start writing and I cannot concentrate if I see my head going up and down. Hold on a second. All right. Okay. Let me share. Well, I shared a pay plan yesterday, so I say, why have so much writing? I forgot to erase it. But anyway, let me start another page here. Hold on a second. Okay. All right, let me see if it's writing first. Okay. All right, I'm going to share my screen. Okay, there we are. Now, first of all, let me go first to the first part. Very simple. We have two ways to make money when we started. The first one is retail. I'm gonna write slow because sometimes I write fast and it correct me and correct something totally different. You get 25% commission on every product that you sell, and it's paid next day. We call it daily commissions. Next day. That's simple. People buy from your link, you get paid next day. You send the link to somebody, say, okay, the person is excited about the business. Okay, next day. The second one is PIB.
Why can't I unmute?
Pardon me? Okay. I thought somebody talking. Okay. All right. The PIB. PIB is product introduction bonus. This is every time you sign somebody up. This is for people that you sign up somebody to become a brand ambassador. They are two totally different. Retail is when somebody buy from you. That person is not a brand ambassador. It's a customer. PAB is a person that a product introduction bonus, and then we can make between $25 all the way to $340, $350 or more, because a person can put their own package together. They can buy more products, and then you get a higher commission. But this is the packages, $25 to $350. That's paid weekly. In other words, when I say weekly, the week ended on Sunday night at midnight Mountain Time, and the next Friday, the following Friday, you get a text, an email that said you get paid, basically. That's simple. It's the simplest way. Again, retail or PIB. I don't look for retail customers. However, I have some, but not because I look for them. They bought from me. I always look for people that want to build the business. But still, there are people that buy from me. I forgot how many customers we have, but every week we have $20 here, $15 there, $30 there coming from customers. And again, these are people that some of them have gone directly to my links and buy. That's it. They don't want to join. And some people say, you know what? I don't want to sign anything. I want to buy products. Okay, I'm not going to force you. Buy products. By the way, it's good to have retail customers in the sense that when a person is happy with the product, you can make it into a brand ambassador, and then you may have a future leader there. But I know that's not my goal, looking for retail customers. They happen because the more you talk to people, you always are going to have people that are going to say, I just want to buy the products. I don't want to sign anything. I don't want to pay the membership side. I just want to buy the products. Cool. You don't force anybody because still you're getting 25%. No bad. This is the first part. Let's go to another page. This is the where everything is excited happen. That's the pay plan. The pay plan is very simple. Our plan is called binary. And it's called binary because you are building only two legs. Okay, I'm going to put line this, that you have the left side and the right side. Okay, you can see it? Yeah. All right. Now, advantages of this. Build only two legs. Very simple. Every person that you sponsor are going to be in those two legs. That means that you start with two, and the next people you are going to sponsor here on the left side or here on the right side. Now, they always go on the outside. You're never going to build here in the inside. You never build in this side. Just always in the outside, because you want to make sure that you keep growing in an orderly form. People that you sponsor, they have to still have their two legs. Still, they have to find one on the left, and let's put the one on the top and one on the right. But you see, they always fill the tree. It's why this pay plan is so cool, because create a lot of people working together, because everybody is in two legs. It's no based on volume. I'm going to put based on volume. The pay plan in this part is based on volume. When you come with a left or right, you create two banks. Left bank, because it's the left side, and right bank. Everybody that's coming on the left of this line, including the people that are coming inside this person, etc., volume goes to the left line. Everybody that's coming on the right side of the line goes into the right bank. And when you have 300 points in one side and 600 in the other one, we call that cycle. Cycle. Now, cycles could be the other way around too, 600 and 300. That's a total of 900 points, no? As you see, 900 points. Now, cycles pay between $35 and $45. That means that when you do the 300 and 600, you get paid $35 or $45. The difference is when you sponsor 10 people, could be a combination of customers and brand ambassadors or just brand ambassadors of 10 that are active, then your commission goes from $35 to $45 per cycle. Now, you can earn up to 600 cycles. That's why I start moving. That's weird. Cycles a week that equal at the $45, $27,000 a week, or $1.4 million a year. This is year. Week. Now, what qualification you have to need to have in order to be to get there? You have to be. I'm going to put here for QBA. What means QBA? Qualified brand ambassador. That's when you have one person on the left and one person on the right, that each one is active with 60 points, and you are two. And as soon as you are a qualified BA, then that's the only rank that is required. Every volume that comes here counts. If you have enough volume for 600 cycles, you can make up to 27,000 a week. But what is the qualification to make thousands? You have to be a QBA. Make sure you have one on the left, one on the right. That's why I say it's an open plan. Other plans are not like that. And I challenge anybody, because even other binaries plans say, yeah, we have two legs, but you have your rank and your income are 100% related. If we had it here, that means that if you are 1 star, the max that you can make is 500 weeks, for example. That's not what we do. It's funny. I did it a couple of weeks ago, and they said, that means that we're, no, I say other plans, not us. Other plans, they have qualifications in order to limit it, how much money you can earn in the binary. Here, there are no limits. You don't lose anybody. Somebody under you become a superstar, that person is not going to pass you and disappear for the rest of his life or her life. No. Every person you have under you, and as long as you are active, your volume safe is bank, or is bank. Your volume is bank. I think it's spelled like that. Maybe not. I don't know. Your volume is bank. As long as you're active. That means that if, for example, on one side, tons of volume comes, by the way, anything that comes on or about 300 or 600, stay in the bank for the next cycle. That could be 5 minutes later, because more volume keep coming. And it can switch 600, 300. But what I mean is stay in the bank, because let's suppose one side exploded and you have 100,000 points waiting for you. It's called bank because it's banking. If you have 100,000 points waiting for you, that means that you have a lot of money waiting for you. You have to make sure that the left side, at that point, you are building on only one leg. And this is something else to tell you how simple it's to build. People say, well, where do I put my people, left or right? Well, if you have a lot of volume in one side, you put it in the opposite side. You always put people on the opposite side where you have the volume, unless you don't have the two people yet. You have to make sure you have two people, one on the left, one on the right. But that you always put that person in the opposite side where the volume, the biggest volume is. That's simple. And other pay plans are not like that. You have to make sure that in the company I was, you have to have we call it CAs, CEs, that were chief executive. You have 12 chief executives in your front line, and they have to have certain volume and group, not personal. And the whole group, they have to have certain volume every month, because if not, I couldn't qualify. They were not qualified. They didn't count. I had to find another one to make sure that they get the volume to have those 12 chief executives. You see, here it's so simple. Just two people that are active, one on the left, one on the right. Of course, from the logic point of view, that's where numbers come about. Come about. I was talking now Canadian. That's when volumes come. Is that the more people you have active on the left and the right, the more chances are that those people are going to come, the one that you are looking for a business. But that's simple. And this is the binary side. It's very powerful. It's very incredible. In the company I was before, I have something like this, but I didn't have the matching bonus that we are going to talk about later in a second. And even with this, we earn over $8 million. That means that this works. But here, the advantage over the one that I had in the other company is not related to income, to income, to rank, except you have to be a QBA. You have to have one on the left, one on the right. But that's it. Okay, let's go to the next step. Matching. This is matching bonus is my favorite, because matching bonus is based on what your people are earning. Now, we saw that the pay plan, this is your pay plan, you have people on both sides, they're building legs, etc. Now, but the computers, this is you, is going to keep track of every person that you sponsor. And because it's easy to see it when you see where they are, and they show you that they're in your all the people that you have sponsored. The reason they show it up to you like that, you can see all of them, because here you have people that are you sponsor that are going to be very deep here, in different places. No? But here you can see in the computer, you can see also your personal sponsors. But there's another reason they have that. It's because every person they sponsor is called L1, and L1s they pay you between 20%, let me erase because I put dollars there, between 20% and 30% matching bonus. The 30% is when you have those 10 happy people that we saw before, when you get the bonus to $45. What that means is if you have every person that, when you have any of these people making money, even if it's, let's suppose, $300 in a week, you get 30% of that, you make $90 with that person. Now, the way that we show you the pay plan is how fast you can make money. Obviously, when you sell and you don't have anybody in your group, when you sell is the fastest way to make money. The second way is when you sponsor somebody, because you go to the PAB, but then goes to the next step, that's the cycle that we just saw it. But when your people start cycling, you start making money on their cycles too, because that's what they are making. They make $200 in cycles, you get 20% or 30% of that, $40 to $60. But this isn't any person. Now, what if one of these people, let's suppose, I'm going to put this one in the corner here. Let me mark it with a red arrow. It's right there. Okay. Let's suppose that this person is one of the super leaders, and I'm going to go and make $1 million in a whole year. Now, we get paid weekly here, but in a whole year, $1 million. Let's suppose that we are getting 30%. Just in that person, we are making $300,000 per year. Even if, let's suppose that this person is here. I'm going to put it in red here. And this leg is not doing much. This leg is exploding, but this one is not doing much because you sponsor this person. You're making 30% or 20 or 30% of that person, up to $300,000 a year for only one person. This is why it's so excited is because when the company see that you have people that are earning money, they reward you by giving you a matching bonus. This works like if you open a business. You open a business, and let's suppose that you franchise it. You open one franchise, another franchise, another franchise. You get a percent of the sales of each franchise. Here, you get a percent, but the different here, you get a match, and you are not taking the percent from them. And the franchise, you get You take 5% of them or 10%, depending on the franchise, from the franchisees, the person that had the business, the franchise. Or in real estate, you have the split commissions, 80-20 split, for example. That means that 80% when you sell a property, 20% goes to the realtor, to the broker, to the office, basically. Here, you're getting 20 to 30% of what people are earning, but they don't take anything from anybody else. They get a full commission. You're getting some matching, but that's why it's called matching. You're not taking it from them. And the cool thing that the same way that you have an L1, you have an L2. L2 is all the people that this guy or this woman has. They can have 100 people that they sponsor. That's the L2. Now, all these people sponsor people. That would be the L3. All these people sponsor people. That would be L4. All the way to L5, L6, L7. Now, L4, L5, L6, and 7 pay you 5% matching. L3, they pay you 10%, and L2, 15% on whatever they're earning. This is an incredible part of the pay plan. Incredible part of the pay plan, because it's not going to happen right away, but it starts happening when your people start earning. Before, I almost closed it. Before you are doing the other ones. First, you are having the retail sales. Like I say here, you have the retail sales, 25%. You're getting the PABs. Then when the people start, you start getting people on both sides, you start cycling. At first, maybe only one cycle a week or one cycle a month, $35, but it starts growing. When your people start cycling, then you start getting a percent on all the people that you have in your team that are cycling. That is so cool. It cannot be more aggressive and simple than that. That's what our pay plan, our basic pay plan, our pay plan is it, no, the basic pay plan. We have other ways to make money, and I didn't go into the other one because you have control on this. You have control when somebody buys from you, unless somebody goes directly to your website. You have control when you sign somebody up. You have control when bringing people under you and making sure that you cycle. You help them to do the same thing, and then you get the matching bonus. And your income is unlimited because you have $27,000 a week. And the team bonus on the cycles, you can make up to $1.4 million a year. But on the matching bonus, there are no limits. You can have huge matching bonus, and there are not any kind of limits. And this is what makes this plan so powerful. And then to get there, by the way, to the matching bonus, it is one of the things that is important is to become a 3-star. Now, how do you become a 3-star? Because remember, when or more, 3-star, that means that you are getting in 3 levels of matching bonus. Now, let me show you the map to 3-star. And I'm not going to go into 1 to star because the volumes are much lower. And you get there and you don't even know how you got there. But let me show you the 3-star because it's simple. The volumes are low compared with any qualification that I have seen for companies when you are getting into a bonus like this. We didn't have it in the company that was there for 15 years, but we have it here. And let me share my screen. And this is to show you how simple it is. I'm going to show it to you in less than 5 minutes. Okay. Okay, these are the qualifications. Qualification, you have to make sure you have 3,600 PGV. PGV is the volume that comes from anybody that you sponsor and below. Now, no more than 600 per personal enrolled leg. What that means is, let's suppose that you have 6 people that you sponsor. Let's suppose that 2 of them came with packages that 600 points or more. You already have 2 of those legs covered. But there's another one that comes with 200 points, and the volume that comes under them, on the other people that they're sponsored, count to. And in this example, they sponsor somebody, I bring 200 points, and then that person sponsors somebody at 200 points that complete the 600 points. And then you have here the 6 legs. This is the qualification to become a 3-star. It can take you a few months, but the goal is to do it as soon as possible. And this, although this is the way that appears in the computer, it's going to appear like that. They're in 2 legs. Now, the core 3 is when you bring 3 people and then with 1,000-point volume, and they give you extra bonus. This is a promotion that they have now. Interesting, because when you're following the color tree, you do it twice. You almost do that. You almost got to that point to have your 6 people. You have to make sure, obviously, that there's more volume or new people being sponsored to complete the 3,600 points. But as you see in the map here, you cannot have more than 600 per person. At least 900 has to be on each leg. But you need is 3,600. That means that whatever is accumulated in between the 2 legs, you add it up to 3,600. That's it. You are there. But this is the qualification to become a 3-star. And as a 3-star, you're getting paid on 3 levels of matching. That's where most of your income is going to come for first few years from the matching bonus. Not from the cycles, could be higher. You're making more money with the cycles. But what I mean, most of the matching bonus. In our case, about 80% of our volume on matching bonus is coming from our first 3 levels. And it's going to be like that for a while, because we have leaders that we personally sponsor. Of course, we are getting 30%, and they have leaders that get 15%, and they leaders that are 10%. And although there are people below that too, most of the leaders that are making the most money right now, they are in the first 3 levels. Eventually, that can change with the longevity of the company. If you're in 10 years, could be different. But in the first 2, 3, 4, 5 years, the first 3 levels. That's why it's so important to become a 3-star, because you want to be prepared when the people start coming under you that are making money. Now, you can do it in 3 weeks by bringing 2 people with a package of 600 points every week. The first week 2, the second week 2, and the third week 2, you get there. If you are not a 3-star yet, you just follow this pattern and you become there. If you've been in the company for a while, probably you have enough volume already that you do it probably faster. But this is if you're starting from 0. You can do it in 6 weeks. This is it. This is it. Now I'm going to open the lines. Any questions, any comments? And again, like I say, this pay plan is simple. It's simple.